All right, so this is the gameplay preview for Armored Core 6, which is due for release late next month in August on all major platforms. I will likely be playing the game on PC. So this is from FromSoftware. FromSoftware has not released a single Armored Core game since 2012. So it's been well over 10 years, and they haven't released any other games in really any other genre for over 10 years, so this is going to be very different.
Hello, and thanks for checking out the video.
Now, I had only skimmed through this before. I didn't really sit down and really watch it, to take it all in. And this is also the first time you're seeing this too, right?
Yep.
Okay.
With this footage, we'll introduce our new mech action game, Armored Core 6: Fires of Rubicon. We hope it gives you an idea of this title's mood and gameplay. In a future where interstellar travel is commonplace, our story begins in a distant star system on the fictional planet Rubicon 3. Our protagonist, an independent mercenary, is smuggled into Rubicon in search of a mysterious new substance known as coral.
Our protagonist, whose name doesn't matter. Yeah.
Your position is grid 135. Off target, but within permissible range. There's a catapult ahead. Use it to close the gap.
Nice, and straight into the gameplay.
Huge multi-layered stages will let players make the most of their AC's exceptional movement and attack capabilities.
Now, the first time I watched this, there was something I noticed almost immediately, and I'm going to expound on that.
Time to fly, 621.
So immediately, what do you notice just looking at this?
Like anything odd? Because I don't see anything odd, really.
Well, pay attention to the aesthetics. You might see what I'm talking about.
Overwhelm enemies with up to 4 weapons simultaneously, equipped to each arm and shoulder.
Yeah, the resolution's not the best.
They'll get in the way of our work. Eliminate them.
Resolution's not the best, but what I'm referring to are the graphics. Graphics aren't that great. Like if you look at the ground and you look at these trees and shit, it's flat.
Signals from AC Rex.
The textures of things in the environment, different objects in the environment is really flat. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do see what you mean now.
Yeah. Now, FromSoftware, they really excel when it comes to atmosphere, and this definitely has atmosphere, but it seems that they're not really known for like graphics. Their games aren't graphically, they're not the best thing in the world. So this pretty much falls in line with pretty much every game that they've released over the past 10 years.
Follow the markers.
Assault Boost is one of the core abilities at your disposal.
No, I like that. I like that they brought back like the boost and the flying and all that. That was something that was really missing in Armored Core 5, which is a big reason why Armored Core 5 sucks.
Used for both traversal and combat.
This falls more in line with Armored Core 4.
Did you hear anything about what the Corps are up
Which is a
to?
good thing.
Yeah, they'll be coming soon. You got us on the run. We're being attacked!
Unidentified AC! Return fire!
Take full advantage of your AC's mobility to freely navigate the environment.
This is one game where having a stamina bar kind of makes sense, because you're piloting like this super armor or whatever, and there's limitations.
Use Boost to take the fight to the air, extending combat dimensions beyond the 2D plane.
Is that an independent? Destroy it!
You're outnumbered 6-1. Use your missiles.
Vertical catapults to gain even more altitude and launch into the action from above.
I think they got that that launch pad shit. I think they borrowed that from Elden Ring, because Elden Ring had something like that with the horse.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Against tougher enemies, deal impact damage to their attitude control system to temporarily put them out of action. This is called stagger. Any attack received in this state is considered a direct hit, dealing heavy damage.
So yeah, this bar right here above the enemy's health bar, that's a stagger bar right there.
Damage.
Very similar to some of the more recent Final Fantasy games. They got the customization stuff.
Assembly lets you exchange various parts of your AC at will, including weapons, frame parts such as the head and core, and internal parts for power management. Assembling an AC to fit your own playstyle and strategy is crucial to success.
Got a job for you, 621. This one's a request from the Archivist Group.
I'm not sure if you noticed, but looks like you can build some cores that have like different leggings.
Fit your own playstyle and strategy is crucial to success.
Yeah, you can have like a quadrupod type one, and then, as you stated, there's like a tank-like design. I'm not sure how that would work with the boost mechanic, though, if you build one like that.
Yeah.
Got a job for you, 621. This one's a request from the Archivist Group.
Raven, this request comes from Schneider, an Archivist subsidiary. The mission will take place in the Bonadea dunes of Western Belius. Our coral investigation there is being blocked by the Strider, a Rubicon Liberation Front mining ship. You are to destroy it. The Strider is a mobile resource base that was extensively weaponized by the Liberation Front.
Now, this mission briefing shit, you see shit like this in the Ace Combat games. To be honest, it's not really interesting.
Yeah, I never pay attention to sections like this.
Yeah, it's just like, no, just to be straight up, it's kind of boring, dude. It's like when you play a game like this, you don't care about the damn story. To be fully honest, you just want to go into a level where your mech and just blow shit up. That's it.
Call it the crowning glory of their efforts to militarize into an anti-corporate force. Your attack will focus on the Eye, a giant laser cannon connected directly to the main generator. It's protected by a shield, which is powered by auxiliary sub-generators.
This shit is so boring. This would probably be the only time I would actually actively skip a cutscene. To be fully honest, because it's not like there's any characters that you care about. So what's the point in following this? You know.
These should be your first targets. This concludes the briefing. Good luck.
Luckily, it was pretty quick.
Time for a little self-promotion, 621. Smash the Strider, and Archivist HQ will be sure to remember your name.
So story-wise, it seems that this is just going to be like all of the other Armored Core games, and if you played the Ace Combat games, it's going to be like that as well. But even like the latest Ace Combat game with Ace Combat 7, they did have some characters in there for you to follow. It doesn't seem like that's really going to be the case in Armored Core 6. So for anyone who's really like looking forward to the story, there's nothing for you unless, there's nothing here for you unless you're a hardcore fan of the series.
Smash the Strider, and Archivist HQ will be sure to remember your name.
Main system, activating combat mode.
Commence mission. First, get through all that dust and make contact with the Strider.
Here, we're up against an enormous weapon that eclipses our AC in size.
Unidentified AC. Must be one of the corporation's dogs. Activate the eye. Burn them away. Yes, sir! Coral! Align with Rubicon! Align with Rubicon.
So they got these giant machines in the game that like these colossal Goliath things that you can fight.
You need to take out one of its legs to bring it to a halt. Confirmed. Strider leg compromised. It's going down.
Yeah, it's
The
massive.
bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Wow, look at that. It's crazy.
And see, what I like about this is that it's all in real time. It's natural. If I were to compare this to like the icon fights from Final Fantasy 16, I prefer something like this because it's not controlled. It's all in real time. It's not on rails. There's no QTEs or anything. It's not cinematic just for the sake of being cinematic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It feels like a game.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Interactive movie.
Yeah, I see what you mean, but some of
Alright,
those
now we've got a
sections were
foothold to
really
get on the
bad.
deck. Grab on and get to work on the sub-generators.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't necessarily need like the best. A game like this doesn't need the top of the line graphics, But yeah, it is. It is a bit. It's like the graphics in this game is like that soda that was just sitting out for a few days. You come back to it and it's like pop is gone.
Yeah.
Great. An independent merc. It's the wise guy who decided the red man should be taking care of some freelance.
Who gives a shit? We'll handle this mission ourselves.
Some missions will see you partnered up with LIACs.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's an important question I'm going to bring up at the end of the video. I'm going to get your take on this.
Well, as for you, red guns are gonna go climb the wall. This is just target practice. When we're done, Locust Base is next.
Actually, it feels like an actual scheduled battle.
Why don't you start a sewing club together and stitch that damn mouth of yours shut?
Code 7-8, requesting backup. I can't get through to HQ.
The cavalry isn't coming. Wipe them out, 621.
Your mission objectives will range from protecting targets and information gathering to the annihilation of enemy forces.
50%.
They did like a stomp tackle type of thing.
Attacking a watch point.
Oh, you got I guess that could be Bumblebee from Transformers or something.
You're incorrigible, Handler Walter. How many of your dogs must I kill before you learn?
I see what you mean, because I don't give a fuck about nothing they're talking about.
I hear you make fine hounds with the right training. Shame you'll have to die here.
Two repair kits.
It's kind of annoying, actually. I wish, like, there's probably an option to turn off the dialogue and you wouldn't notice the fucking difference. Dude, even the water looks kind of flat. Like, goddamn, y'all didn't even try.
Yeah.
Like, I saw the reflection in the water. Let me back up real quick.
You'll have to
You
die
didn't give a fuck. Look at that, dude. That's some Xbox 360.
here.
Two repair kits
That's
remaining.
what this whole game feels like, Xbox 360.
Don't get me wrong.
As your campaign progresses, you'll face a number of dangerous situations.
Honestly, it looks just like all the other ones. It looks just like because I downloaded an emulated version of Armored Core 4 earlier this year. I think I did it back in January, or it could have been December. I can't even remember. But yeah, this looks and feels just like that. But yeah, that's my my thoughts on this. Is like, I'm not really seeing anything new here. A lot of it looks exactly the same. And then there's another point I'm going to make towards the end.
Dangerous situations. And often be pitted against rival AC pilots in bitter duels. Keep the pressure up in these intense battles. Don't give the enemy a chance at victory.
This fucking thing looks like this looks like that move that Dante can use in Devil May Cry 4 with the Pandora's box. And he can summon like this giant like tank thing with all these different guns up on it. You probably don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they show me.
Yeah.
Formidable boss encounters also await you at the end of certain missions. These fights are fast and aggressive, presenting a challenge for even the impossibly powerful AC. By observing the enemy's movements and tells, the player can learn as the battle unfolds. And a good commander assembly will often provide the first step to overcoming even the most daunting foes.
So the boss fights look like they're Souls inspired, which I don't know how I feel about that.
What'd you say? You kind of cut off a bit.
I said that the bosses feel like they're Souls inspired, and I don't know how I feel about that.
We invite players to take on this one for themselves and see what else awaits. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for boring.
That concludes our introduction to Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. We appreciate your continued support and look forward to seeing you at launch.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't like that showcase at all.
So here's the question I have for you, and I'm going to answer this too, because I've seen a lot of comments online talking about how this Armored Core, man, I want some more soul shit. I want some more souls. You know, this is boring. Armored Core is boring. I want some soul shit. I want my stamina bars, and I want my overpowered bosses, and I want my lack of story, and I want my bullshit ass lore that means nothing, and you know. So, how do you think that this is going to fit with the general Souls-like audience?
Honestly, I can't see this doing good with the Souls-like audience. Maybe they're hardcore fans who just will love anything, will probably like it, maybe give it a chance. But the majority, I can't see them really liking this. It's completely different in my eyes. Mech games, I don't know. I haven't seen them really have much popularity, at least.
Yeah. That's another thing too. And this isn't really a knock against the game itself, but yeah, this is not a Souls game. This is a mech game. This is a third-person shooter. You know, a third-person shooter. It's a mech title. It's not going to appeal to that wide of an audience like the Souls games. So, which, you know, that's probably for the best. You know, if I had to compare this to like a genre of music, I'd compare it to like metal. And the great thing about metal music, right, is that it's very niche, so it's not really going to change. You know, so the good parts about, you know, the good aspects about metal is that, you know, it's not going to change, and it's, you know, what it does well, it's always going to do well. It's not going to be corrupted or tainted by a mainstream audience. But at the same time, the downside to metal is that you watch enough of, or you listen to enough of it, you know, you're going to start running into artists that sound the same. And it's, you know, that's the same situation that I see here. This looks very similar to a fault to all of the other Armored Core games, especially like the last two that came out with Armored Core 4 and 5. There's not really anything drastically new that I'm seeing here in terms of the gameplay. So that's probably going to be my issue with it, primarily, just looking at it. It looks good. I like what they've shown, but again, it doesn't really look new. The graphics within themselves don't look special, and the story is definitely going to be like whatever. It's like an afterthought. Yeah, we'll give you some fucking lore or whatever, and y'all can chew on that, but we really don't give a shit. You know, this is a game about mechs fighting each other. You're not gonna get no fucking like Shakespeare level of storytelling with this. You know, so but yeah, what were your problems with this?
I'm not a big fan of mech fighting games. Like, yeah, this isn't my type of game at all. And plus, the gameplay to me just seems way too repetitive. Uh, Storytelling doesn't look good either. Just some shit that look like I'd skip most of the time. Although, I mean, I'll give them this. I'm glad they're taking a break from the Souls-like game and really doing their own thing.
Yeah.
I think the reason doing something like this is good because it really stops them just being a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
Because it's annoying just dropping the same game over and over. Like, the studio should do what they really want to do, make different games. I think that's better for the game industry as a whole.
Well, I've been saying for years with FromSoftware that, they kept releasing the same fucking game over and over again just because it was the popular thing to do and it was easy money to make. And the people that like those types of games, they're not very sophisticated. They're not very smart. So, they'll eat up whatever fucking, Souls-like whatever that comes to market, even if it's not made by FromSoftware directly. And, that shit was getting old, man. It's like well over a decade, and motherfuckers are still making the same goddamn game. And finally we have something like this where it's like, yeah, it's another Armored Core game. It doesn't look that much different. The graphics aren't really special. Storytelling is clearly going to be like some afterthought bullshit that they just slapped together at the last minute. But it's not. It's different from all the other games that they've been releasing over the past decade. And for that, I will damn sure commend them for that. We need more games that are different, and mech games in particular. I can understand what you were saying about like it's repetitive. It's too repetitive. I mean that's a fair criticism. I'm not going to argue against that, but we don't see too many mech games anymore. Besides the Armored Core series, I think there was the Mech Assault. There was that game that came out so many years ago, I think back on the original Xbox. And then I think there was one called Mecha Warrior or whatever the fuck it was. And those franchises just bled out. They're no longer on the scene anymore. So it's good to have something different, something that doesn't really come around too often. And,
right.
Yeah, and they will have some multiplayer in here too. I believe it's up to 6 players. No, I think it's up to 6 players and 3 spectators. So like 9 players in all, but it's only 6 can actually fight at a given time in a single session. So there's going to be more to it than what they've shown here. But yeah, if you're not a fan of these types of games, these mech games, there's nothing here for you really. This is going to be the same shit. But yeah, to me it looks good. I'm looking forward to seeing what it's all about. When it releases. I believe this comes out August the 18th or the 19th, somewhere around there. So yeah, I'll be checking it out. But yeah, any last thoughts on Armored Core 6?
Yeah, I do got a quick question for you.
Sure.
You played the Dark Souls remastered, right?
I played a little bit of it, like a few minutes.
Yeah, I'm not a big graphics guy either. I don't usually care too much on it. But wasn't the graphics on there actually really good, from what I heard?
Dark Souls remastered?
Yeah.
To me, it just looked like the same shit. I mean,
oh, same shit. Never mind then.
Yeah. Are you talking about the Demon Souls remake? Are you talking about that?
Yeah, that Demon Souls.
Okay, yeah. That's a huge improvement over the original. It's night and day. Because that remake, it wasn't made by FromSoftware. It was developed by I think it's Bluepoint Studios.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was not FromSoftware. So there's a huge graphical difference. FromSoftware, I don't know what it is with FromSoftware in their games, but it's like they don't give a fuck about graphics. It's like they'll give you the bare minimum, and then they're like, yeah, we don't give a fuck anymore. What you get is what you get. And I don't really understand that because it's not like they're they're an indie studio. You know, this is a mainstream studio at this point. You know, that's what FromSoftware is at this point. You know, they're a mainstream enterprise. So I don't understand why they can't just like put more effort into you know, graphics. I'm not saying they have to be a Insomniac, or they have to be a Naughty Dog, or a fucking Sony Santa Monica. I'm not saying they have to be like that fucking like detailed with graphics, but goddamn, dude, like some of these textures, dude, it looks like some fucking shit that you that you find on the fucking Xbox 360. Like, come on, God.
Yeah, I swear I didn't notice at first, man, but then I just started taking more closer look, and then more stuff started showing. I'm like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, when I first brought it up, I'm like, look at these fucking trees, dude. You can tell that shit's not even like connected to the fucking ground, dude. What the fuck is that shit, dude? Get the fuck out of here with this shit, dude. That's some lazy shit, dude. I'm not like, it's not even a joke. It's like, it's some bullshit. It's some fucking bullshit. Like, y'all can do better than that, man. Like, goddamn, dude. A fucking elementary school student. Like, me and my brother, we my older brother, we were designing a game back when I was in elementary school. This was years and years ago, and my brother was actually really good at it. There was a website called Game Maker, and it had a tutorial of how to actually make a game. It gave you all the tools and shit. And we were making like a 2D side scroller, and he was really good at like doing the level design and everything. And we were gonna put a story to it and add music to it and everything. It was a really interesting website and program and shit. And I swear, like, we were putting more effort into that than these motherfuckers with money is putting into this bullshit right right here, dude. Yeah, man. This is anyway. Yeah, that's Armored Core 6. I'm not gonna spend a day talking about this bullshit. So yeah, I'll see you FromSoftware on August whatever the fuck next month, and see if this is actually worth the salt. But as far as this goes, let me pull that shit up for you so you can see for yourself. All right, so this is whatever this fucking thing is from Armored Core 6, and this is Devil May Cry 4.
What the fuck? It's the same shit.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's Pandora's box. You can actually fly around with
I didn't even know they had shit like that in the game.
Yeah. I swear, as soon as I saw that, that's what that reminded me of. Yeah, this fucking thing right here. I used to use this all the time, playing as Dante in this game. It's like a fucking auto I win button. But yeah. We see what you're trying to do FromSoftware. I see what you're trying to do.